Hey everyone, so an update for you on the OnePlus Bullets Wireless Z earphones. What can I say? I wasn't expecting the level of interest that I got from the original video, but there has been a lot of questions that came out of it, so I'm going to try and do my best to answer those questions for you now in this quick follow-up video. A lot of people have been asking about latency, whether the audio is in sync with the video with what you're watching. I've watched Netflix's Shooter on scenes that have got heavy gunfire, explosions, car chases and that kind of thing. Everything remained perfectly in sync for me. The explosions were heard as you saw them on screen, the gunfire, the flashes from the gunfire, all perfectly in sync, no problems there. So don't be worried about any latency issues. As far as I can see, they're non-existent. They're really, really good. The range, I did a test inside and outside. I left my phone in the office and went for a walk round to the back of the house. So it's going through 1, 2, 3, 4 walls at least. And when I was in the back garden, eventually it did start to break up a little. I did the same. I left the phone in the back and came for a walk through into the office, and it was okay while I was stood here. When I bent down, and as if I was trying to get something out of one of the cabinets behind the camera, it started to break up, but it still remained connected. I did another test outside. I put the phone on the bins. I'll put that on for you. I managed to walk 60 paces away in a straight line. So that's a good distance between the phone and the headset outside, line of sight, open air, no walls. The actual sound quality, if you're making a call inside, made a call to Jill, she said there was no obvious difference between the headset and talking into the phone itself. She couldn't hear any difference. I've got a demo to play for you for being outside, where you can hear me walking and having a bit of a jog round outside. There's a little bit of wind noise on there, but I think you're going to get that on any headset anyway, or even on a phone. If you're outside, it's a little bit windy, you're always going to get the wind blowing into the mic. So I don't think actually what you hear is these. I think it's just down to normal sound conditions that you would get with any device or any headset. The bass, the mids and the treble. The bass is certainly enhanced a little bit. You do hear more bass than compared to the Audio Technica headset. These are studio quality, so these have got a really flat sound profile. The OnePlus headset, it is boosted, but it's not boosted as much as you would get on the likes of the Beats headsets. For me, this is a really nice level of bass that you hear. The mids, fine, nothing wrong with the mids at all. They seem perfectly normal. The treble is enhanced a bit. Not to a level where you're thinking, I can't be listening to it and it's tiring to listen to, but it is enhanced compared to the Audio Technica. You can tell the level is raised. You might argue that it gives a bit more clarity to what you can hear. Yeah, maybe it does. Maybe you hear more of the highs because it's enhanced, but it is enhanced. Sound isolation in and out. When you've got them on, it's like you've got your hands over your ears. You can't hear really well what's going on around you. Jill was wearing them in the field when we were walking the dogs, and I'll put that video on as well. I'll do a clip of that. And I'm walking behind her, just talking normally, and there was no reaction from her whatsoever. She didn't look round to see if I was talking to her. She just kept walking, listening to the music. She said that for her as well, they were comfortable. Someone asked about the tips. There is only one tip that comes in it. It's a silicone tip. It's one size fits all. There's no small, medium, large like you get with some devices. Doesn't seem to matter. They fit me okay. They fit Jill okay. So it seems to be a fairly flexible fit. Sound isolation out. So if you're listening to music, can other people hear it? Not really. Even with the volume turned right up. Jill's been sat right next to me. And with some earphones, you'll hear the treble constantly with someone sat next to you or in a crowd of people, and it's so damn annoying. With these, the isolation out is good actually. When the volume turns right up, if it's a quiet room, you might be able to tell there's something going on, but it's nowhere near like you get with other headsets. The switch on the side, which is here, if you double tap it, if you've got this connected to two phones, if you double tap it, it switches from one phone to the next phone. So you can transfer the device, this between two devices. If you've got it on a phone and a PC or a phone and a tablet, double tap, it switches to the next device, double tap, it switches back. Really handy, I like that. The IP rating has an IP55 rating. So it does have ingress protection. That's what IP stands for, ingress protection. The first number is on a scale of 1 to 6, so it's got quite a high ingress protection. The first 5 is 4, dust protection. Limited ingress of dust permitted, will not interfere with operation of the equipment for 2 to 8 hours. So, yeah, it's got a dust protection on it. It's got a hole on the side. It would have been nice to see a rubber cap over that probably, because when it comes down to it, you're going to be sticking a charger into there. If there's any dust in there, constantly taking it in and out, potentially is going to cause a problem. You might have to blow on it, I'm guessing, before you plug it in, just to ensure there's nothing in there. It would have been nice to see a higher IP rating, but you have to think about where they're going to be used. Is there going to be that much dust around? Don't know. The water protection is also a 5, so that's on a scale of 1 to 9. The 5 rating for water is protected against jets of water, limited ingress protection. So if someone shoots you with a hose pipe, it's likely to go inside. If you get caught in rain, if it's chucking it down with rain, if you're getting a bit sweaty, likely it's not going to cause a problem. I won't be going in the shower with these. If you want to, give it a try. Let me know how that works out for you. Out of 10, I'd say these have got to be a 9. The reason I'm dropping a mark really is for the lack of covering on the charging port. It would have been nice to see a little rubber cover on there, just to protect that against dust. So if you're out and you've got stuff blowing up, then potentially you're not going to see something in there before you plug in the charger. The sound quality, great. The call quality, great. The latency, brilliant. Isolation, in and out, great. Where are they going to be used? You have to take that into account when you're trying to think about a rating. How are they going to be used? Am I expecting the absolute best quality ever? No. If I want really good quality, I'll use these. If I want a desktop listening experience, my speakers are on all day playing music when I'm working, they'll be used, majority of the time when I'm stood in the office, working at my desk. Those will be on playing music, and they've got really good sound quality. These are going to be used when I'm out walking the dog, out on the bike, walking across the fields or the moors, or out on the snowboard, or if I want to listen to something in the room without annoying Jill, where I'm not bothered about absolute best sound quality ever. That's where these are going to come in. And for that, these are definitely getting a 9 out of 10. Don't expect amazing quality like you get on the Audio Technica, because it's not going to happen. You've not got the size of the drivers in here to reproduce what you're going to get on those. But they're pretty damn good. I've got no hesitation in recommending these to a friend. If I lost these today, would I look at something else to replace them with, or would I go and buy another set of these? Without a doubt, I will be clicking on the buy button for another set of these. That's how good they are. £50, brilliant package. I hope you found this useful.
The Bluetooth headset on. I'm doing a Skype call, so I'm recording to Skype on the PC. Just going for a wander outside. Hopefully the sound here is good. There's a light breeze. I don't know if that's being picked up. I can feel the mic kind of just brushing on my chin a bit as I talk. So I don't know if that's going to get picked up in the recording. Let's just have a little jog. So this is me having a bit of a jog around in circles. Let's see what that sounds like when I go and press stop.
So it's on the desk, earbuds in. In fact, I'll put one in, otherwise it's not great listening to trying to listen to what I'm saying. Anyway, phone's on the desk, let's go for a walk. So we'll come out the office, down the hall. So that signal's probably going through 2 walls now. Into here, into the kitchen. So it's probably going through, when I get to here, it's probably got to, in a straight line, it's probably got to go through 4 walls. And it's still playing. It's just starting to cut out. So just walking around the outside of the house. Okay, now it has cut out. And now it's lost connection, beep beep. Okay, that's actually a really good range. That's actually a really good range for the Bluetooth. Okay, so back around to where the office is. And I've just heard it reconnect. And the office is in that room. And it's reconnected. So let's go for a walk. Yeah, it's back loud, still playing. Oh. And it's just starting to cut out. Morning. So yeah, I can hear it now, it's just starting to cut out. I think that's a pretty good range, really, considering it's only Bluetooth. So you can see the house. Yeah, there we go. There. So, good range. Okay, so, music playing, let's walk. In fact, I'll tell you what, we'll do steps. Okay, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 63, 64, 66, 67, 68. Okay, so that's just cutting out now. 68 steps. Still playing, but cutting out. And realistically, how far are you going to be away from your phone while your music's playing? That's impressive for a Bluetooth device, I think. So we're just out in the field having a walk. Jill's got the headset on at the moment. Just giving it a try. And I've been having a game of Can You Hear Me? Quite clearly she can't. Sorry about the... There we go, so you can see now. Jill? Jill? Hello? Yeah. Nothing. See what we're having for dinner. So what are we having for dinner today? Any ideas? Maybe not. Quite happy. Just can't hear me, so I'd say the noise isolation's pretty good. You can't hear me, can you? Jeez. You can't hear me, can you? Lip reading.